You. Yeah, you. The black kid by the aisle with the borrowed jacket. Get up here. Now." The command cut through the concert hall like a slap. Cameras swung. Lights burned hotter. 20,000 people turned at once. Malik Carter was 12 years old. His sneakers stuck to the floor as he stood. His throat closed before he ever reached the stage. I was just watching," he said. "Don't speak unless you're singing," the man replied, smiling for the crowd. Dante Royce. 8 Grammys, stadium tours, corporate philanthropy awards framed in glass. The face of opportunity. Royce took Malik by the shoulder and steered him into the center spotlight. "Ladies and gentlemen," Royce said, arm around the boy like a trophy, "this is what inspiration looks like. Raw talent from the streets." Laughter rippled, not cruel enough to protest, soft enough to excuse. "Let's see what you've got," Royce added. He turned to the band. "Key up, all the way." The musicians froze. They knew that note. Royce leaned down, microphone tilted away from his mouth, but not Malik's. "Miss it," he whispered, smiling, "and they'll clap anyway. Hit it, and you embarrass yourself for life." The hall went quiet. What Malik did next didn't just humiliate Dante Royce, it dismantled him. 4 hours earlier, Malik had been sitting on the steps outside the venue, counting cracks in the concrete. He lived in South Central with his grandmother and younger sister in a 1-bedroom apartment where the windows didn't close right and the fridge hummed louder than the TV. His mother had died when he was 9. His father was a name people avoided. Music was the one thing that didn't argue back. Malik learned it accidentally. At 9, he corrected a broken doorbell, told the landlord it was sharp. At 10, he told the choir director the piano was tuned wrong before rehearsal even started. By 11, Miss Alvarez at the community center had pulled his grandmother aside. "She has absolute pitch," she said, "not talent, ability." They couldn't afford lessons, so Malik practiced on silence. He memorized sounds, sirens, subway brakes, the click of a lighter. Every pitch had a place. That afternoon, the community center had received last-minute tickets to Dante Royce's charity concert. Exposure, an email said, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Royce was famous for these events. Cameras, smiles, kids who looked grateful. Backstage, Malik had wandered too close to the curtains. That's when he heard it. Royce rehearsing. The band was flawless. The track was clean. The crowd noise piped in artificially. But the note, the famous note, the one critics called inhuman, was wrong. Royce reached for it and missed. He stopped, swore under his breath. "Run it again," Royce snapped. The engineer adjusted something. A subtle lift, a harmonic layer. Royce sang again. Perfect. Too perfect. The sound didn't come from him. It came from the speakers. Malik felt it in his teeth. Now, under the lights, Royce gestured grandly. "Sing," he said. The band hit the chord. Malik closed his eyes. He didn't see the crowd. He didn't see Royce. He saw his grandmother's radio missing a knob. He saw the cracked keys at the community center. He saw silence shaped into sound. He sang. The first phrase was soft, unimpressive, safe. Royce smirked. Then the progression climbed. The band hesitated, but followed. Malik followed further. The note approached. People leaned forward. Royce's face drained of color. Because Malik didn't just hit the note, he hit it without amplification. The engineer stared at the board. No assist, no track. Royce laughed too quickly. Okay, very good. Cut the mic." The mic stayed on. Malik kept singing. He modulated, something Royce had never done live. The screens behind them flickered, the audio feed glitched, and for the first time in years, Dante Royce's voice, alone, was exposed. He tried to join. He cracked. Audible, undeniable. An audio engineer stood up. A producer whispered into a headset. The crowd didn't cheer. They realized. Malik stopped singing. Silence hit harder than applause. He looked at Royce. "You've been using a harmonic overlay, layered whistle tones. That's why you always need the track." The words were simple. They landed like evidence. Royce reached for him. Security didn't move. The screens now showed waveform overlays, accidentally routed to the live feed. Proof. The crowd erupted. Not applause. Something angrier. Royce backed away, hands up, still smiling, still performing, but the power had shifted. Malik stepped back into the dark. He didn't bow. He didn't smile. The lights found him anyway. The next morning, every headline named Dante Royce, but every clip ended the same way. A black boy, standing alone, singing truth into a system that assumed he'd break.